ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to continuing coverage of the 2018 women's contest here this afternoon between Team Colleen Jones and Team Kristen McDiarmid. As both teams have gotten started with this first end, we say hello, Luke, and let's give us some opening thoughts about the game as we start the first end.
Hello, everybody. Just wanted to say thank you to the Mayflower Curling Club and the Nova Scotia Curling Association for putting this on, especially some key volunteers like Brent McDougall and the general manager of the Mayflower Curling Club, Jean Lachette. And yeah, just excited for a good day of curling and to see what this game brings.
Yes, it should be an exciting game here between these two teams. Of course, Colleen, one of the legendary stars of this game, multi-time Scotties champion, and Kristen McDiarmid, who's been really one of the top players on tour the past few years, having made the final of the Scotties just last year. As we see that stone go through there from Shelley Barker.
Tough opening starts from the McDiarmid team. Two open miss hits, but 5 rock rule in play now, and Colleen's going to throw up the guard.
Of course, as our viewers who may have just been tuning in for the first time here, as we see Mary Sue Radford settle into the hack for her first of 2. We'll remind viewers that it is 8 ends of play, and unlike some of the provincial events that you may have seen in the past, these events here are untimed, so no time limit, unlike the events that you would see like the provincials. And if we are tied after the completion of that, we would go to a extra end. And as
nice guard placed by Mary Sue. McDiarmid coming up to peel, maybe hit and roll over. Couple new additions to both teams. Barker and Jones. Actually, Carly Jones can't make this game because she's competing for Nova Scotia at the Mixed National Championship under skip Kendall Thompson. So it's replaced by Callie Moore, who is an under-18 Nova Scotia representative at the Canada Games this year.
And she'll be headed off to Red Deer, Alberta this February to represent Nova Scotia at that prestigious event, as we just saw her first stone of the game.
Nice peel made. She qualified for the Canada Games last March at the Mayflower Curling Club. Won a under-18 Grand Slam in Toronto this year, so it's good to have a nice young skip spare in for Carly for today's draw.
As we see this second stone here from Mary Sue Radford.
A little more weight on this one.
Sweeper's not touching it there, as you see Kim Kelly and Julia Coulter. Coulter, the new addition to the Colleen Jones rank this year, of course.
Yep.
The longtime lead for that team was Nancy Delahunt.
Nancy spending some time in Florida. Julia's playing women's this year for Colleen, Kim, and Mary Sue. Great addition to the team. They all seem to be getting along very well. Colleen's been throwing third rocks. Kim Kelly's been throwing skips, which has been positive. It creates more chatter between Colleen and Kim throughout the game, so keeps them in a positive headspace.
So on to the second stone here from Callie Moore of Team McDiarmid.
Playing a run. Should cross face on the run stone.
Gets the hit. Jams on that stone there. Still leaves the 2 red.
This is when I would love to see Colleen play aggressive. Maybe they're going to play high guard, but you could come in. Come in half buried, biting 8. Put pressure on. There's this. The yellow rock there is sure a danger stone, but let's see what they do.
As we see this first stone here from
Anna Hasselberg. See, Colleen changed her delivery to look like Anna Hasselberg's.
Yeah, definitely channeling that similar delivery style of the Swedish representative there. Yeah. But that is, of course, Colleen Jones, the legendary champion here. Needs to curl. Now it's curling, but is it going to rack?
No, the weight's there. Trying to freeze it. I wonder why they're sweeping that.
As it just comes to rest just above that yellow stone there of Team McDiarmid's.
McDiarmid's going to see how this is lined, see if there's any sort of jam possibility. On the front double.
So as we now see
where this yellow
third
goes.
stone here from Kristen McDiarmid's third, Kelly Bachman, which it's been interesting to see there, as it used to a few years ago. It was Kelly Bachman that was skipping, and Kristen was the vice for that team. So now Kelly jumping into third stone position.
MacDiarmid's a great curler, and Kelly, I know, had a lot of life changes recently. She got married. I think she had a kid. Nice attempt there. Hit it off center line. And I think she took a year off curling.
And I think that's when Kristen moved up to skip that team there. So I believe that was during around that time when they made the Scotty semifinal against Team Breen back in Dartmouth.
Provincial, yeah?
Yeah, provincial.
Same path Colleen's following. Probably wants to be on center more. Probably can guard that top red rock rather than the one on the button, because there's not going to be a hole there.
So second stone here from Colleen Jones, the skip, throwing third rocks for her team.
Colleen bundled up, always cold. Petite, always cold. She's wide here and heavy. Clank. Now she's going to get this little rub off. That does the job. Little tap to the guard on the yellow.
Yeah, and settles it down onto the center line. So it still sitting 1-2 is Colleen Jones. So Kristen just lining up some of the angles here on the red stone in the house. She can have Kelly play with.
So it's a cross-face red double.
So cross-face red double there.
3/4 of the rock. Should spray out to the right of us.
And it will be interesting to see there, because this side of the sheet throughout the play has been fairly
Don't let it curl.
drifting out at times, but gets the hit, jams on that. Good effort there from Bachman to sit shot stone. Second shot stone. Shot stone still remains Colleen Jones at the top of the 8.
We just saw how this ran, so they should have an idea where the ice is. Hit and roll over under cover. We throw normal weight, which is 9.5 seconds hog to hog for them.
So now on to 4 stones here, as well as get our first look at Kim Kelly, the longtime third for Colleen, now playing the 4th stone for her in.
Just to mix it up.
Just to mix it up, of course, yeah.
Keep it interesting.
Because I remember, if I remember correctly, last year Colleen played second during the provincials or something.
I don't even think she was skipping.
Kim ended up skipping that team there.
Yeah. And they still call
Nancy,
Team Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, they're trying to sweep it. Get over.
Working on it here, trying to get some roll here.
Little flop.
Flops there, but still sits just outside. Shot stone still remains Team Jones.
MacDiarmid could say, just, you know what? Yeah, if you stick this run, now you're undercover. Make a good run here. But it's good that Kim didn't roll all the way under. No, it would have blocked off the run back. At least that red rock's there for Team Jones. Can run that back in if MacDiarmid makes a peach here.
So on here to Kristen MacDiarmid, the skip for the team out of Halifax. Both teams, local teams, battling it out.
I wonder what curling club MacDiarmid's out of. Dartmouth?
I believe
Dartmouth Curling Club?
She did curl out of Dartmouth for a while, but I believe she's curling this year out of the Halifax Curling Club, if I remember correctly.
She's wide here. It's got to curl.
Waiting for it to come down. There is Barker and more.
Now what do you do if you're calling? You could tap the red, come around. Could guard, but they shouldn't.
I suppose you play a little bit
they're going to guard.
Huh.
Try to not do. Play the tap, girls.
To me, I could see either a tap or even try to flop both of them in.
I'm wearing a lot of different hats this broadcast. Could be son Luke, coach Luke, player Luke, commentator Luke.
So
like,
we have
I like the tap.
yeah, I could definitely see that being a very good
Maybe that's
option
what they're
there.
playing.
If you could play the tap just perfect, you really put Kristen under a lot of pressure going into her final stone. Try to play a force or even get a steal out of it.
So they didn't really make a call. They sort of just talked about it with themselves. So we're going to call this a mystery ball. With that ice, I'm guessing it's the... I have no idea.
So on to final stone here from Team Colleen Jones, fourth. Kim Kelly with the last rock for them.
We're going to get a time on this rock here so we can figure out what's going on.
With the classic lift delivery there.
Yep, slingshot delivery from Special K. Yeah, that's enough weight for the tap. You're signaling it's up. Even if you get a split on, you guard your own. Mary Sue's going on it. Line doesn't look bad.
Weight looks good there from Kelly.
13-6. They're on nose. Should be good tap weight. Sit, sit. It's funny, it took the...
And taps to
it
bite
took the other
four.
turn on the tap. Should curl down.
But it does leave it open there for what appears to be the outturn double for one, and it looks like.
And that's an in-turn double off the wide red into the shot just thrown, or into the rock just tapped. So not much. Well, that rock's pretty covered. It actually took the other turn on the tap. Turn buried.
So here we go, final stone from Kristen MacDiarmid. Looking for the double.
She just threw an in-turn.
Moore and Barker working on it. By the first, by the second.
Good shot.
Gets the hit,
Yeah,
gets the move, and gets the single points there to take a 1-0 lead after one end of play. Colleen Jones will have the last rock in end number 2, playing the...
There's the force. Force for Jones. Yeah. Great shot by MacDiarmid.
And
good end by both teams.
And as well, throughout the broadcast, we will be giving you updates on the 4 other games in play on the ice this afternoon here at the Mayflower. On sheet number 1, we have Team Webb versus Team McDonald. That is a qualifier match. As well, Team Cyr and Team Gagne on sheet number 2. Team Ouellette and Team Fitzner-LeBlanc on sheet number 3. All 3 of those games will qualify for the playoffs, the winners. And on sheet number 5, we have Team Mary McKetton-Driscoll versus Team Julie McAvoy. And we'll give you updates as we go along.
Nice to see a couple good ones here from Shelley. Tough first end, but come back strong. Going top 4.
Bachman and Moore working on it here. Comes to rest just short out of the house.
I wonder if that's what they were calling. Colleen draws open side. See how the strategy works.
And it's been interesting to see so far today versus the other 2 days of competition that the teams have been very into playing a bit more aggressive on these TV games versus what they were back earlier in the week.
5 rock rule, a lot of rocks in play. But you can't hit anything in the free guard zone, which is outside the house within 5 rocks. This is a 13-10. That's a pretty high hog to hog for second end of play. So the ice isn't quite keened up yet fully. It's a good guess there by Julia Coulter. They like to hit the open rock.
So here, as Luke said, a open hit onto the stone of Team Jones at the back of the 8. Lead Shelly Barker here. Moore with the sweep. Bachman joins her. Gets the nudge, rolls out.
Third O-turn over curl I've seen on Shelly. I think she needs a little bit more ice on that O-turn side. What's great about the game, you know, is how it's such a family sport. Julia Coulter married to Travis Coulter, curling on Stuart Thompson's team right now. Mary Sue Radford, her daughter Katarina Hackinson's a great curler herself. Colleen, my dad Scott curls, and Callie Moore about to throw for Team MacDiarmid. Great father, and Tony Moore, or no, not Tony Moore. Is it Sean? It's Sean Moore. Rob
Moore.
Rob
Yeah.
Moore, yeah.
And a long time a follower of her there as a coach.
Kelly Backman, David Backman. He's just a beauty of a guy. Good curler himself. McDermott's brother, Kurt McDermott, curls with Brent McDougall. Great volunteer to this event, great organizer.
As we're now on second zones here, Callie Moore.
Good sweep here by the girls.
Gets a hit, rolls over here. Will it stay? It will fall just into the back of the 12-foot sitting shot stone. Reminder to our viewers that you can get in on the conversation and send us your questions or comments. Tell us where you're tuning in from. You can tweet me at John Siteman, Siteman, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Pick Luke's brain a little bit.
Now
we'll
Mary
have
Sue
fun.
with the peel.
We'll have some fun here.
Yeah,
so
you don't want to pick my brain.
Gets a bit of movement there. Will come to rest there at the edge of the 12. So sitting 2 is Team Kristen MacDiarmid. She'll go to split the house again, goes to the side.
Yeah, she's pulling. Colleen did pull the play outside of the middle, so no matter what, MacDiarmid was going to be drawn in for 2 after that shot.
Second stone here from Callie Moore.
This might not be as hot as they think. Remember, Julia Coulter threw a draw here on this side. It was a 13-10. So he's coming with speed though, and there's one rock down the path. Could keened it up.
Jones jumps in to sweep it to the back and out of play.
It's hard to know, you know. You got to look at what's been down that path already. One rock down generally keens up that path. It has been over the week. Playing the out-turn hit here.
So on to
out-turn hit and flop.
There, Mary Sue Radford going for the hit as
M. Sue with the out-turn.
Said. We'll get the hit. Sticks just outside the house, so holding one is Kristen MacDiarmid. Still with that stone at the back of the 12.
See how much is keened up.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same path there that they just threw, so it will be interesting to see.
Kelly Bachman.
So here we go here with Kelly.
Lots, they say. Yeah, there's
lots. It looks like it's gone. Pretty much, if it's like the game this morning, this should be almost straight through. No need to sweep that much there because it's going right pretty much through there. It does pick out the stone at the back that wasn't in play anyway.
Colleen O-turn hit on the back one. See if they can stick. Anna Hasselberg out of the hack here.
Yeah, it's a bit different seeing her using the brush with the delivery. Usually, we're so familiar to seeing the stabilizer way back.
She gets jealous of opportunities. Missed.
There we go, and sits nose shot stone now. So pretty open end here now from both teams. Kelly Bachman here with her second stone of this end.
Shelly's a great sweeper.
And though we may not be as much familiar with seeing Callie Moore as part of this team, she definitely has the similar ability to slot in just perfect at that front end. Second stone here from Colleen Jones.
That's wide.
Will get the hit. Will it roll? It will roll out. So
good enough.
Clean house. So on skip stones here Kelly Bachman puts the broom down for her skip, Kristen McDiarmid. After this end, we'll give you updates of the games across the sheets here this afternoon. Lots of high-stakes action as we head toward the playoffs.
What's she throwing here, in or out?
I believe she's throwing, yeah, it's, I think it's in turn, I think, yeah.
They spent a little bit more time prior to the shot. I think probably talking about the speed. I couldn't pick up what they were saying. But
it's just that area where it has been a little bit keener and trying to just get the right feel for it going
tough.
To the corner.
You know, Callie's a skip, and you don't know how much data you need when you're playing for an end. 13-7. I've seen some 15s over the weekend. It's a fine shot. It's about a 14 for T-line right now. On a keen path.
And it's one of those types of things there that, like, I've always been a firm believer, especially of having like, not just relying on, of course, the stopwatch, because we all know that the stopwatch is very much a very important way of being able to tell the weight, but being able to have that natural intuition there of it is
the feel. That
feel, because I know Russ Howard was a believer of that when he joined the Goucher rink, and that turned that front end into an Olympic gold medal rink.
Yeah.
There. So on to 4 stones here.
Slingshot delivery, some special K. Out turn. I've seen this run.
Coles are working on it here. Gets the hit, rolls out.
Holy.
So it'll be really important to place this one in a nice position here. It looks like they're going to go the other side, just get a bit of a different path for what they really want to see Kim throwing on her final.
They're going to try to see if they can get a piece of this tucked around the red. Throw an out turn. Make the blank attempt a little bit harder for Kim Kelly.
So final stone here without last rock is Kristen McDiarmid. Looking for the draw to the corner. Force some pressure on the blank attempt that we expect to be coming from the Colleen Jones rink. But it looks heavy here. Does come back to rest at the back of the 12-foot.
O-turn blank attempt from Kim.
And as we've known to expect from her, you're probably going to see her playing some pretty good weight on this one. Always well known for playing the big weight at third stones for many years there.
Inside out tough.
Final stone here without, correction, with the last rock.
Good weight on it.
Kim Kelly looking for a blank. Radford sweeping early. Gets the hit, noses it, and will take the single. So that will be 1-1 currently after 2 ends of play. Colleen Jones' team takes their single point, and Kristen McDiarmid will have the last rock in end number 3, playing the Yellowstones. So as we promised you, as the teams have their discussions there in between ends, we will just update you on sheet number 3. We have Kevin Ouellette currently 2-1 down to Ian Fitzer-LeBlanc. On sheet number 2, we have Team Gagne, who we saw in our feature game this morning. Here on sheet number 4, they are currently leading 3-0 over Team Sear from New Brunswick. On sheet number 1, I'm not familiar with those two teams, but
Got Webb and Scott McDonald, I think. I think they're 2 Scots. Webb and McDonald for sure, though.
But the yellow on that sheet is up by 3 after 1 end of play, but I think that there must have been somebody not putting up a score on the board. And on sheet number 5, Mary McKetton Driscoll currently leads Julie McAvoy 2-1, playing the third. As we get started with end number 3 here, Julia Coulter with her first to open up this end.
It's keening up. This is keening up. We're calling in there though. 1-1 in the 4th. Or sorry, going into the 3rd end.
Just comes to rest just outside your camera angle, but still sits, I believe, in the back of the 12-foot, so enough to hold. Shelly Barker there with her first, looking for a nice corner. Places it just nice there, parallel with the 8-foot.
Colleen coming top 4.
And that'll be a good position there, especially almost placing it like almost so to speak, a guard in the house a little bit for that stone at the back. Makes the scoring area a little bit more interesting. Second stone here from Coulter, the former provincial mixed doubles champion, if I remember correctly, alongside Travis.
With Travis, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, went a few years ago to the national mixed doubles when they started up that event. Of course, a very popular discipline, having just come out for the past few years. Originally started in the Continental Cup of curling.
Colleen and I are the world's worst mixed doubles team. Yeah, I don't think we've won a game.
And actually, if I remember correctly, probably she was in one of those Continental Cups when they first introduced mixed doubles.
Started it, yeah.
Yeah.
She played with Bruce Lonis, Continental Cup, I think.
As we see the second stone here from Barker, looking to draw around her first there. Sweeper's not touching it, so it looks like the weight is a little bit up from what they had hoped.
Maybe an over adjustment from Shelley there. She threw a nice corner. Didn't have to push out with much more. Slides just out of the rings, I think. Colleen to guard. Slides nice, Julius says, so they have an idea that the spot is a little keener.
So on here, 2 second stones here. Mary Sue Radford looking for that.
Sue, I think she played a couple of turn guards in the first end. Yeah, on its own, they say.
Coming to rest right there on the center line. Good guard for those 2 stones at the back of the house. But will now give the opportunity for Kristen DeCall to come around. If you place one just right there, could really tighten up the scoring area.
MacDiarmid does have hammers, so she does not necessarily want to tighten it up, but back 8-foot rock in play. They look to come around the center.
Sweeper's working on this fairly early there, so trying to drag it as far as they can. Will it get by? Will it get by? Just takes the rub. Will rub to the 12-foot, just now biting the 8, so.
Colleen will hit that.
It will go for the hit, for sure.
They're playing the intern, which is surprising. She must have seen this path before.
And especially considering that we've seen a few times during these games on this TV sheet that it does curl a lot cross center, so it's something to watch out for throughout this match.
Nose hit there.
So they get the hit, sit 1, 2, 3.
Now MacDiarmid choosing the out turn instead of following the path she just saw on Mary Sue's rock.
It'll be interesting to see this path there because there is the possibility of some movement on the others, but we'll go for the, at least on the contact.
Looking at the double.
Looks
Looks
good for that one. At least we'll get that. Slices out the stone at the back.
Colleen with an opportunity here. Even a 14. So you're still talking hog times. There's no stocks and splits. They're saying the feel of it doesn't feel like a 14 though. Anna Hasselberg with the throw.
So here we see the first stone at the end from
Easy
Colleen
girls, easy.
Jones.
Julie's in. They need a throw. So they seem to be over. 14-7.
And that's one of, and as you may have seen there, the
it's
bit
still
of
sliding. Look at
that
it.
style there, the directional sweeping, pretty common now on this World Curling Tour circuit.
Here comes the freeze.
So on here to Kelly Bachman, the third for MacDiarmid, looking for the freeze.
You can freeze. You can just have a straight come around.
Yeah, either one gets a pretty good result either way.
Out. Bachman with a beautiful delivery. See, this spot is sliding.
They're hoping for it to come back
in
here.
In the first, there were a bunch of rocks thrown down this path. And now you're seeing it.
It's going to go through there. So currently sitting 3
Again,
is
we're looking for some
Colleen
adjustments.
Jones.
A biter's great, she says. Really? Because a biter's okay because at least it's there for you. But if you come around bite half buried, then someone's blocking the intern draw for you. Line's really good. Whoa. That's surprising. I'm surprised at this result. She's going to be so mad. Yeah, there it is. As mad as you see her.
So still sitting 3 is Colleen Jones.
Look at the facial expression from Colleen.
Wow. Yeah, she won't be happy about that.
That's probably what she said. I didn't think it was that quick there. It's really quick.
Yeah, I think I see a little bit of a scowl there from Kim after that one.
We're not even. Just trying to see if they can get the line. They can probably even tighten up the ice.
So sitting 1, 2, 3 is Colleen Jones.
I think the rock to play here is something biting, button, and buried. Because if you're in the 12-foot half buried, you can't even really run it back for yourself, and you're blocking off that red rock that's there, which isn't a good spot. See, I don't like that. I would want to come top button, just to come around. That would be okay where Mum's Broom is. But they're still going to have the intern draw, which is going to put pressure on Kim's last. So they like to come out front.
And that will definitely be in a position where it will block the path just right there. So
on the out turn side, though, not on the in.
Yeah.
It'll
force to that side for sure.
For MacDiarmid. I guess you don't know how it runs, but it's an opportunity. Brooms are slamming out there on Saturday moving day.
Yeah, some high stakes action as they look.
High stakes to the Dave Jones.
Yeah. As teams are looking for that berth to Sunday, looking for the big money.
Did you hear about tonight?
Karaoke night, if I remember correctly.
Karaoke night at the Mayflower Curling Club.
Yeah, always a signature of the Dave Jones Classic.
Signature of the Mayflower.
Signature of the Mayflower in general. So, and we remind our viewers there that if you're in the area, we definitely love to see you out here. The admission is $5 a draw, or
still wide,
$15 for an event pass.
Whoa, low online.
And there will be draws. 2 draws left today, and 3 draws tomorrow, including, of course, the championship finals taking place at 3 o'clock tomorrow. And I will have the call for that alongside Selena Thompson. So should be an exciting day of curling. Exciting weekend of curling here at the Mayflower Curling Club.
If Kristen McDiarmid makes a skipper's deuce here, Coach Luke is going to be so upset. But son Luke won't really mind, you know, because maybe it's a sign to get chocolate chip pancakes later, you know.
Okay, here
They did drag her a little bit wider.
Yeah, on the skip stones here. Yeah, it will definitely be a bit wider than the areas that they have been throwing. So. Out of the hack comes Kristen McDiarmid, the former provincial Scotties finalist out of Nova Scotia. Sweeper's just dusting it. They're working hard on it now, trying to get it by.
Isn't that funny? A little bit wider.
But will come
curl
short.
And weight comes right off of it. I bet she didn't throw that much differently than. I like the intern.
Yeah,
I like
for sure.
the intern come around. They're already way out there in the bushes. This one isn't the one that's worrying for them.
Yeah, that is definitely a very interesting position there.
You know, they're out in the bushes here. And the best they can get is if they make a real, I guess they can get T-line full 4.
Yeah, and if they can get around there, just get a little bit of a curl around past that stone just thrown by Kristen, it could really make it very difficult going into that final stone from McDiarmid. So just having a little conversation about the weight, just being absolutely sure. It's always important for that good communication between the stone thrower and the sweepers, and of course the person in the house.
Tough, right? It's a little bit wider. It's a different path.
Mary
saw one come down with
Julia
Kirst.
going there.
Now they're looking for curl. You gotta go. Yeah, it's light.
And that's definitely an area that has fooled a few of them throughout this match. So it's maybe something that we need to take a look at throughout the game.
I find it a little bit. Are they sitting 3 or 2? I think just 2.
It's questionable because I don't know because we can't quite see the stone at the back. It's at least 2 for sure, close on a 3rd. But it will be important at least to draw into the 8-foot to cut down the count at absolute minimal.
This is the second time McDiarmid's faced 2 on having hammer in the game. From the first 3 ends. She made a beauty of a shot in the first end.
So final stone here from Kristen McDiarmid. Looking for the in-turn draw. Just trying to be absolutely sure here of what all the potential plans are.
It's hard to know what to throw.
Yeah, especially in a situation where they haven't quite gotten as much of a feel for the ice as of yet.
It's a lot of weight.
So, yeah, final stone here.
But, I mean, you might need a lot of weight.
Sweeper's working on it a lot there.
14-7.
And that just came off. That just came off. Okay, so from that angle there, it looks like it was just a 2. So
It's steal 2.
So a steal of 2 there for Colleen
Third
Jones. 3-1 lead there through 3. And Kristen McDiarmid will retain the last rock playing the Yellowstones.
Can I say this? This is going to be controversial. Somehow a steal of 2. Let's throw that in.
it's one of those ones
I'm not sure how that happened.
Yeah, it's one where just both teams didn't have quite a feel for the weight as much as we have.
They kept getting pushed into different little.
And again, short stones when you've been getting multiple opportunities there. But still, that's curling for you at times. Some of those crazy results as Jones takes a 3-1 lead through 3 ends of play. Coulter settles into the hack for her first stone to open up this end. Reminder to our viewers there that we would love to hear from you there. Hey, let us know where you're tuning in from. Send us your questions or comments.
Yeah, give us a tweet.
Give us a tweet there. @John Seitman is my Twitter handle. We've already had a few of my friends there who from across the country tuning in. My friend Bailey Van Stein from up in Ontario, and my friend Jordan Koss from Saskatchewan, who's down at the U.S. Open of lawn bowling there in Phoenix, Arizona. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Glad you've been able to connect with us during the broadcast. Radford and Kelly working on this one here. Settles hit center guard.
MacDiarmid comes right in. Small error there by Coulter. They were looking for a top 4-foot rock. It came just short of the rings. MacDiarmid not throwing up the corner, just coming straight around. See, the sweepers think it's a little heavy, but it looks fine.
Yeah, it looks fine to me there. So they just need to get that extra bit curl. So
this is one of those sheets.
Callie's got to go here.
I don't know what draw weight is. If I was out there right now, I'd be kind of saying to myself, well, we're winging it.
It's one of those ones that you have the stopwatch readings and you sort of get a feel on that, but then on a sheet like this so far, you pretty much almost have to throw the stopwatch out the window and just rely on just general feel, honestly.
Running their own red back.
Going for the run red on back. Throws it by there, and it will still stay 1 for Kristen MacDiarmid. Just a confirmation there of the game on sheet number 1 that we were just a little bit unsure of. It is Scott McDonald from Ontario up 6-2 over Scott Webb. And that Webb has the hammer in end number 4. A bit of a wild scoring game there. Gagne leads 4-0 on sheet number 2 over Ed Sear from New Brunswick.
Now MacDiarmid elects to throw the corner up.
And tight game between Kevin Ouellette and Ian Fitzner-LeBlanc. And at 3-2 Ouellette. Fitzner-LeBlanc has the hammer in end number 4.
Ian Fitzner won a tankard before, representing Nova Scotia a few times at the Briar, living in Toronto right now.
I believe most recently was 2010, if I remember correctly, when it was
Fleming.
Well, Fitzner was the representative when the Briar was last here back in 2010 at the Halifax Metro Center. Put on a good show there as the host team.
Out turn from Mary Sue. Hit and flop. It's staying on center. They're going hard on it though.
Sweeper's working on it there. Kelly trying to get it by. Will get it by. Gets the hit.
Shot good weight.
Rolls over. Good result. So on to second stones here, Callie Moore. Yeah, I feel like between Colleen and Kristen, you're pretty likely to see the amount of coldness between the two because Kristen's always known for being bundled up there.
There's not enough. There's not enough body fat, you know, to help with the coldness of the rink. Layers needed to be added.
As we see Callie Moore going for the hit, gets it, rolls to the side, will stay in.
Turn, hit, roll towards center. Mary Sue Radford playing second here.
So on here, Mary Sue going for the hit. Needs to be patient here with this one. It's going to come now. Gets a hit. Stays there as a biter.
Ignore it, come straight around there, yellow. We saw this rock, this in-turn draw in the second. Coming down here a few times, we found about a 15-second draw near the end of it all. Or maybe it was 14. It's quick.
Yeah, it's definitely quick. It's been run. All the sheets have been running really well, and it's all a testament to the great work of the ice making crew who have been working really hard to get the ideal conditions for these curlers all weekend. So we thank them.
Go, go, go.
Gets it by. How far is it going to go? They need to sweep it just enough, and it will just be a bit light.
Yeah, you know what? You just can't say that comment enough about the volunteers and the general manager here at the Mayflower for putting in the hard work over the past few days. Jean Lachette, Scott Moulton, Jim Kavanaugh, Richard Gordon, Kevin Ripley, all these great people who came to the club to help out, make this event possible.
And they've been working from the start of the day before anybody even shows up till the last person leaves at night, and definitely putting on a good show there. They were out working hard there, getting the ice ready for us before this TV game. So definitely going above and beyond for the sport, and we appreciate that. On to Skip Stones here for the Jones rink there, third.
May as well be.
Yeah.
Just pretend. Kim and Colleen are both Skip Stones.
Mary Sue on a 13-4.
So Colleen coming to rest back of the 4-foot. Right behind the guard. It's a great result there.
A wide in-turn there isn't bad. I like how McDermott's playing the out-turn on this.
Yeah, it's one of those ones there that does curl there.
Too wide on the in-turn side. Colleen had to throw a bit of a mistile.
So Stone here from Kelly Bachman. Her first of two. Working hard to get it by the guard. Needs to go there. And that was one where the weight just came right out of it once again.
No, girls, just come on in. See, now they want to raise, which it just doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, like you
played
that shot. And it's like
oh, there's the raise. And they're worried about that yellow, but
because if it were me just seeing this position, you honestly, if you can get that same type of draw line and maybe draw like top 8 or something, it blocks against some of the raises that McDermott have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it so much more difficult. Like just plopping one right there.
Completely agree. She's just looking.
It's one of those ones
looking for trouble.
Like,
okay, so they're gonna raise this.
And this may be a situation where it's a bit of almost overthinking the shot here. Like, you just played the shot that that would be probably the simplest
She's
to
a
do.
thinker. She's always been a thinker. I'll give that to
And
her.
obviously the thinking style has been what got her so many Scotties championships.
Three-time world champion, Colleen
Three-time
Jones.
world champ.
Give a check here.
And I believe it was like
You know,
5
it'd be
Canadian
funny
titles in a row.
if she does her like CBC work, like whenever she does a story, if she does it more like, you know, Ric Flair does an intro. Like, hi, this is Colleen Jones reporting from Sydney, Nova Scotia, 3-time world champion. Interviewing Janice today. She's 103. No. What were they playing there? Guard?
I
What were
have
they
no
guarding?
clue. I am.
All right.
I'm a bit confused there, but I guess
A
that's the
head
result.
scratcher.
Yeah.
More of a head scratcher, that call. I think even she's looking like, oh my God. Yeah, that's what she said. Oh my God, Kim, I don't know what I just did there.
So now
That's not
looks like
Yeah, she's
so
laughing,
Kristen's
but-
gonna call for
shaking her head.
for Kelly to come on down.
Yeah.
It's
She
one-
needs a
It's one of
sip
the
of water
situations
after
there.
that.
You can definitely get around that, try to come down to that stone at the 4-foot, or you can also play a little bit of a, so to speak, a double tap there, try to raise your yellow in, but it's a lot more difficult to get
Yeah,
shot out of that.
thank goodness the guard's there, right, to guard that tap. I really hope they didn't call that. Coach Luke would be so upset. Let's watch some other sheets. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go, Kelly.
Yeah, definitely a
Kelly
big
is
shot
looking
here
for
for Kelly Bachman, the third for Kristen McDermott early in this match.
What about the intern freeze?
Yeah, I
If you're
kind of I do
Bachman.
kind of like that. Yeah,
What about
Like-
the intern freeze? Would that be juicy?
it forces some pressure on there,
I
and
mean, then what? Colleen would
Colleen would probably have to go run back.
should probably play the guard again.
Because I'm thinking you play the intern side, you freeze that, you almost have to try to play a
We saw
run
it
on that guard.
You saw it run on Colleen's first. But here comes the O-turn tap.
And you play. She's just looking for about a solid third to half-ish, and that will be enough to get this straight back tap to to get to the 4-foot.
I love Bachman's technique. It's so nectar. Just straight up on it. A lot of weight though. This is like. That's like. I guess they were playing the shot.
Gets the hit, gets the roll over to the side, will roll open side, sits shot stone. Still a good result there from
Nope, I'm calling it a
Bachman.
double run.
yeah,
Double
that-
run and stick. That's what I'm calling that one.
But now does give the opportunity for Kim Kelly to play a hit on the open side. If she can get a roll behind cover, that could really put some pressure on it, as the stone at the top of the 12-foot there on the far right of your screen is a biter.
Special K, 3-time world champ. That's how I'm telling you, they should introduce themselves as that for the rest of their life. You know? I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Well, when you have that historic resume there,
Like,
some of the greatest to ever play this game,
Mary Sue, gotta make it curl. All you got.
trying to get
you
it
need
there.
a
Will it be
piece of it.
enough?
Oh, now Colleen's gotta lean on it.
Gets the hit, rolls out, now goes that Jones sits there single.
Now you have to go intern. We're demanding
Absolutely.
it. We're forcing the intern draw wide.
So now, again, there Kelly putting down the broom for Kristen McDermott. Looking for the intern draw.
Skipper's deuce possibility.
Ready's in the hack to throw here. First of 2.
Line must be a little wider. Shelley's closer.
Barker and Moore looking for it to curl. Just coming right off of it now.
Almost.
It
Just a foot heavier
came
than
back.
Colleen threw.
So they're kind of looking for if they can get
see half
any
of it.
view of that. So probably going for a bit of a downweight hit on this one. Trying to get to the nose and try to score at least sit a deuce here and put some pressure on for Kristen. Because if you can force Kristen to take her single and you go up by 1 with the hammer, it produces some great opportunities going into the 5th end.
Special KO with the board weight, hit and roll off. Half buried rock in the back 4 at gate. Really, Mary Sue? Julia, why are they worried about the curl? I guess they wanted to stick it, which they kind of did. Good shot there by Kim.
It's kind of one of those situations
They're laughing
there.
about it because they don't know. She's got to shut up. Kim said she's got to shut up. It's true. So they're actually electing to take 1. That's because there's a biter in the top 12 on the
yeah, it makes it
left there.
very
I didn't see
difficult,
it.
of course.
Yeah,
There.
I didn't see it. So this is another. MacDiarmid is playing her last rock with hammer against 2 again. All 3 ends they've had hammer. She's faced multiple rocks on her last, or a couple rocks on her last.
Final stone here for Kristen MacDiarmid with the last rock, down by 2 to Colleen Jones. Looking for the hit.
They have backing. The curls there.
Coming down here, Barker with the sweep. Gets contact, gets to the nose, and will score their single. So it will be a 3-2 lead there after 4. And Colleen Jones will have the hammer in end number 5, playing the Red Stones. And I believe we're going to have a quick message from our partners, the curling store. So we'll. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to continuing coverage of the 2018 Dave Jones Mayflower Cashspiel presented by Stanhope Simpson Insurance and Alexander Keefe. I'm John Seitman, joined alongside for the call by Luke Saunders, of a longtime competitive curler and son of the skip in this game, Colleen Jones. He will be joining back with me in just a minute. So far, it's been a fairly tight game with single for Kristen in end number 1. before a single for Colleen and a steal of 2 in end number 3 for a 3-1 lead, and then a single point force in end number 4. It leaves Colleen Jones 3-2 lead right now as we get halfway into this matchup. As we see first stone here from Julia Coulter, the lead for Team Jones. Just coming to the corner there, will come into the house. Update quickly as we get going with the games. Fifth end, all these games are pretty much all in the fifth end. We have on sheet number 1 that is currently 6-4 for Scott McDonald over Scott Webb. On sheet number 2, that is a 4-1 lead for Francois Gagne, who was in our feature game this morning, and a 5-2 lead for Kevin Ouellette over Ian Fitzner-LeBlanc. And on sheet number 5 in our other women's action is a 4-2 lead for Mary McKetton Driscoll over Julie McAvoy. So Barker just setting up the 2 centers, just coming just short of the rings.
So, an interesting start to the end. Good center made by Barker. Colleen draws open side. Julia. Barker makes another good center guard. Even if they were trying to come in, it's still okay. Have 2 lined up guards with separation. Julia trying to come around now.
So Coulter here, her second of 2 here, trying to get around in a good spot.
Roll, stop. Great line. Digs in.
And good results
Stops
coming
on
to the button.
Freeze now from McDiarmid.
So definitely an opportunity here for Kristen as we see this first stone here from Callie Moore, the Canada Games skip for Team Nova Scotia for the 2019 Canada Games in Red Deer. Sparing in for Carly Jones, who is off to the Canadian Mixed, and we wish her luck as she starts with her skip, Kendall Thompson.
Who is the other girl for the team? You know?
I do not know offhand. Just give me a second there, and I will let you know there as we see that stone come to rest at the button. Sitting shot stone is Kristen McDiarmid with that stone from Callie Moore.
Colleen to peel the front. Great start to the end here. Intern peel from Mary Sue. Julia on it.
And that's coming on pretty fast there, so it will get the
Almost
hit,
leave it.
roll over to the side.
Rolls to a corner.
So that for that team, that is Kendall Thompson, Marie Christensen, Bryce Everest, and Carly Jones. So
Awesome lineup.
that team curling out of the Mayflower Curling Club, and we wish them luck as they head up to Winnipeg, and that being played out of the Fort Rouge Curling Club in Winnipeg, November 4th to the 10th.
Looking to replace the guard here. Callie Moore.
and will come to rest just off the center line. So produces an opportunity there for another peel.
Even if you're wide here and you're Mary Sue, if you peel it back one, it's not that bad. I'm going to keep peeling here and keep replacing guards, but I kind of think Colleen has to make a double peel if she really wants a good
Yeah.
give a multi-score end here. It's going to be hard to get that double peel if you keep just throwing interns in the center line side. Kelly Bachman.
So we see a stone here from
on
Bachman.
the center. Quicker it sits, the better it is for them. Yeah, you gotta slash it. It's a good call by Cam. O-turn slash, thick. Give it all your might, leaner. All the leg drive you got. Maybe she'll play with a lift on this one.
Yeah, that may be a classic Colleen if that ever did happen there.
Just getting the tissue out for the rock. Her hands must be cold. Poor
Yeah.
girl.
You never know there. They have been trying to be extra careful there with that. So
yep, hard.
Playing slash
tight.
here from Colleen.
You gotta go.
It is tight there, so
No,
it will get the first stone, roll over to the side.
Interesting.
It definitely makes it a bit more difficult on that side for sure, but it produces opportunities to play the out-turn side. Yeah.
Need that double made at some point. Rock's in good position. I think Kaylee put it there more.
So as we see this stone here from Kelly Bachman. Looking to replace that guard. Comes to rest there just outside the house. Does protect the stone at the 4 foot.
Now.
That's one of the situations there that it is possible you could try to get both, like get the double.
I would be hitting the one on our right first, and I bet it'll redirect back into their yellow.
Yeah, that would probably be the best call for sure.
Into their yellow in the house, I think. Let's see what the angle is. You gotta get it thin, and you gotta throw it hard, Mom. You gotta throw it hard.
Yeah, so we're going to see some big weight here from the former Scotties champion.
This is where she wishes she didn't complain so much about doing squats at Fitness FX on Thursday nights. Because it'd be a little easier.
That's one of those ones with the leg drive out of the hack for sure.
And
so final stone here for Colleen Jones during this end.
Push it.
A little bit big weight here from
tight skis.
Jones. Sweeper's working on it here, Radford.
Might go straight back. Don't go on there, Red. Okay.
just goes over to the side.
You were
No-
supposed to hit it thin, Ma. Not thick.
Quality entertainment for
That's
our
okay.
viewers there.
That's okay. Next time.
Looks like a wild game over there on 1, as it looks like another 3-point end over there. There has been 4 3-point ends,
That's done.
and it's now 9-5 in favor of
Rocks
Scott
and play.
McDonald. Any further, and they may need the second scoreboard or something.
Yeah. Keep putting the scores up.
So now up to the 9th spot on the scoreboard, and the classic curling club style board only goes up here to 14.
McDiarmid's looking for a high guard here. Certainly isn't the end of the world because if it's high, it's harder to double off. Kim and Colleen talking.
Looking to protect that stone that they have at the edge of the button. It would be good to get a steal here, and then they can have it all tied up. Put some pressure on.
It's going to be it's tight again. Maybe they're trying to come in.
Yeah. It's one of those ones there where there is now the possibility
Slash double.
of slash double.
Slash double here. Over the Reds.
You only need to get about half if I see that
This
correctly.
would be a cool shot if she made it. Because it would go over the red on the 12-foot.
Yeah, and it would probably go right
Make
through
it
the gap
perfect.
there, yeah.
Would it go through the gap or go over them? That is the question. I think she would need to get over them.
Yeah, it could go
Should
over
rolls
for
off.
sure.
I'm going to leave McDiarmid with a freeze.
So it sounds like, just from what I saw there, they are looking for the over the top.
What if she jams on her own? That'd be bad.
Yeah, that would definitely produce a different result than what they're hoping for.
Special K throws good weight. Slingshot delivery. You got to catch this relatively thick. Whoa. Julia sweeping
Wow,
it.
that really looked like it backed out. Wow.
Field goal.
Unfortunately, in this game, no 2-point conversion there on that one.
I'm not sure where McDiarmid's looking to go with it.
I think if it were me here, you're pretty much just you're forcing Kim to try to make a big shot here. So I think you're fine with just guarding this, because if you're just guarding this, it forces a really either a really precise double or a run, or yeah.
I just didn't see the call, but yeah, I'm assuming she's guarding her yellow.
It's pretty similar from position to where they previously just had. So opportunity to force a steal out of Colleen Jones. So final stone here from Kristen McDiarmid with that last rock in end number 5.
Nice guard.
Comes to rest there just outside, blocking full view of that stone at the 4-foot.
Okay, so you got the slash, or you got the in-off, I should say. Got the red run on the side, but I think the yellow blocks it off. You got the yellow, straight back, from center line.
The inner risk taker in me suddenly out of nowhere sees that thing,
yeah.
but that off the edge of the 12-foot, but that is a very nutty shot. But
It's tough to make because I think it jams.
yeah, it probably jams. So you're probably going for that slash double.
$10 says Colleen just wants to throw it away. She probably does. She's probably like, Kim, we don't stand a chance. Let's just throw it away and go on to the next one. And then she's probably looking at
Well,
the
it could
score.
be
What are we in? We're in the 5th, and then we're going to have hammer in the 6th, and then force, and then 8th.
Yeah, that's honestly a good
Probably
half-decent situation
and
there.
she's laughing.
2 hammers versus...
I don't know about this. We can try it, but...
Wait, what now? Okay, she is going for the... Looks like the... Yeah, angle... Yeah, that is there. It's gutsy, but it's there.
We're wondering which turn to throw.
It's one of those situations that it is running a bit straighter coming on the intern side, like on the coming from that way. So you
going, I don't know what they have to hit of it. Probably half a rock, thick half of the rock. No, half would be too much. 2/3. You would have to come awfully close to that yellow. Well, we'll see. Hard out turn. Whoa, right off. It's got a cross face. It's going straight back.
gets the hit, noses it, so it will be a steal of 1 for Kristen MacDiarmid to tie it all up at 3 apiece after 5. Colleen Jones will have the last rock in end number 6, playing the Red Stones. So the team's just having a little discussion there. It will be interesting to see as we're down to the so to speak, the pointy end of the match there with 3 ends left to play. A note to our viewers that we do have 2 games left on stream for today. And
what are they?
It will be at 3:30. I will have with you on the broadcast there Colin Thomas from Newfoundland and Labrador versus Mark Dacey.
Yeah, that's me. I'm playing lead, for days.
Okay, so we'll see you jump from the commentary booth up in.
Can I keep the headset on? Do we have a wire for
that? Maybe we'll have to talk to producers Sean and Chuck. Maybe see if we have something exciting there with that.
Bluetooth capability. Maybe I should call in.
Maybe go like classic rock talk, just like on the big broadcast.
I could
there.
tweet. No, I don't have Twitter.
Yeah, tweets directly from the ice. That would be a first at a World Curling Tour event.
So 3 all playing 6. Colleen looking for a couple score end. MacDiarmid looking to force. MacDiarmid plays tight, first call.
So settles up a center guard there to start off this end.
Colleen drawing open side, I think. But they could go corner here. I wouldn't mind seeing a corner. They can be aggressive.
Yeah, for sure.
Play a tick.
Absolutely.
Do something fun.
Okay, glad to hear there. My friend Bailey Van Stein just got back on the broadcast there. She was having some technical issues, but glad to hear you're tuning in from Ontario. It's a great thing to see here with this live curling on streaming, getting to have viewers from across Canada coming into our lovely curling club here.
The World Wide Web. Now Kirsten knows. I don't know if I agree with that call from Big C there. I would have gone corner.
So on to the stone here from Shelley Barker. Looks good for the hit.
Shelley
Will
Barker with the
roll
in-turn
over.
Roll over.
How far will it go? Will it go open still?
Colleen hitting rolls.
So it produces an opportunity here for Julia Coulter.
Looking for the O-turn hit and roll.
Bradford working
But
on it
even
here.
that, I mean, if they make the hit and roll, they're just getting frozen. I wouldn't even mind a freeze if I was MacDiarmid. No, hit and roll anyway.
There you go. We were talking about Julia with her mixed doubles credentials
What
there.
year
It
was
was 2014 when the Canadian mixed doubles was up in Ottawa at the Ottawa Hunt and Golf Club. Up there, it was Wayne Tuck and Kim Tuck who were the winners that year.
I think Wayne and Kim made the Olympic trials this year, or last year. For
Yes, they did.
doubles, yeah.
Of course, that
curling
trial's won
rock
by Morris and
manufacturers.
Wallace. Hmm?
I think they're curling rock manufacturers.
Yeah,
Which is
the
cool.
owners of Canada Curling Stone, which is a pretty common manufacturer for curling rocks across
Let's see
this
what
country.
Colleen's intentions are. She could come around, which she should, or she could peel, and she doesn't know. She's thinking, oh.
So it looks like here, if it's that case, we're going to see a bit of a more open end.
5 rock rules new, right? So it's hard to tell.
Okay, so
Now Kimmy's coming down to talk about it. See, this should be predetermined, though. They should have an idea.
it looks like
No,
they're
and
looking a bit at
6.
the bottom of the rock there. Mary Sue just rubbing the bottom of the rock and the area around the hack. Just trying to be absolutely sure there that they're ready before getting into making their shot. Big weight here from Radford. Coulter working on it here. Gets the hit, nudges it over, does not remove the stone, leaves that stone of Kristen MacDiarmid's on the corner. Stone here from Callie Moore. Looking for the center guard. Sweeper's working on it here. Bachman and Barker. Just enough there, just over the
High
hog
center
line.
guard. There's still a corner guard in play. Mary Sue moves it off center.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they would utilize that throughout the rest of this end.
It's tough because the end stays clear. See, now Colleen decided to come around. I guess because it's so high, but something doesn't add up to me here. Because
Yeah, like
they just came around the line shot.
Yeah, they could have easily, for sure.
But maybe it's because that yellow's there on the right side of us.
Wait does look up here. Coming down now, so it will go. Will it
Here
hold?
on the Orange Theory
it-
Fitness Halifax sheet.
It does look like it did
You
come to
get
rest
one free
there.
class. First free class free. Or first class free. It says it right there.
And of course, that for some of our viewers who may not be familiar, that's the fitness brand that Mark Dacey runs a gym here in Halifax.
He was the one. Mark was the one who put the splat in the wrong spot.
Isn't that annoying?
And as well, that is also the brand that Brad Gushu is also involved
I think
with.
they're partners, which is
Yeah,
great.
he came down for the grand opening at the facility just down the street from the Mayflower Curling Club. And it was
Kelly
great to see
Bachman
Brad
with the
last
come
week
around.
there.
Yeah, he played in Truro, right?
Yeah, he played in Truro at the Grand Slam event.
They're in China.
Always a popular curler on the circuit there, as we see this stone from Kelly Bachman.
Shelly Barker trying to make a curl. Good looking rock here.
Really
Go way back.
making it curl really effective there. So to the back of the 4 foot sits shot stone.
Colleen with the freeze.
The intense stare from the multi-time Scotties champion as she
Intern draw.
goes for the intern draw.
Looks hot. They need the backing. Mary Sue going to try and make a curl. 12-5. That's a hit. Maybe that's what they're playing.
Kim sweeping it, but it does not leave the house. It stays at the back
It's a
of
head
12.
scratcher from Colleen. Just scratching her head. 'Cause I think they're calling the freeze.
And it's just one
Did
of
they
those
get the
ones
rock
there.
out? No.
No, it still sits in
It's on
the
the first class free.
yeah. So it does sit in the back of the 12 foot. So a bit of an opportunity for Kristen McDiarmid to call for Kelly Bachman and sit her too.
Intern hit. Bachman. Studded delivery. I want one of those.
Gets the hit, rolls over to the side, leaves her sitting 2 on either side of the 12
just
foot.
abandon ship. Come around. You want to go there? Sure.
So second stone here from Colleen Jones. Looking, as you said there, for that come around.
Yeah, they're saying they got to come around the center because if you come around the corner, they can come around their center, but it's high. So, I mean, Colleen unintentionally sort of played a hit around that center guard. So it's there. T-line on its own, overhand. Back house now. Looks like a rocket. We got a pellet here, ladies and gentlemen. 12-7-7. It's through. Colleen is going to be furious.
Yeah, it produces an opportunity there for Kristen to really put some pressure on. It'd be really nice to be able to force a single out of Colleen, and then that really gives them a good chance.
Come around opportunity here for McDiarmid.
Looks like the game between Sear and Gagne has gotten a bit tighter. 4-3 lead for Gagne now after steals in 5 and 6 for Sear.
Taking ice. Middle 8 foot.
Sweepers not wanting to touch it there. As it's
13-1.
starting to
It's pretty heavy as well.
be a bit heavy. Will it come down?
Might stop back host, but
It's going to come down there. Will come to rest, biting the
possible
edge of the
skipper's
8 foot.
deuce from Kimmy. You're looking for 14 seconds hog to hog. They're even, yeah, Colleen's even saying anywhere at this point. Oh my God. It's just great. So intern draw, possible skipper's deuce here. There's even backing. The high guard.
Yeah, for sure.
Get the line first.
So first of 2 here from Kim Kelly.
A little wide, they say. But Julie's sweeping it. They want to get it some time.
Working on it here, trying to sweep it in, get it as far buried behind as they can. Sit, shot, stone.
They got to think of the jams here. I would just pick it. Pick it, use your force. I guess they're probably thinking they can come to the inside of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Flop in. Do you wanna? Do you wanna?
Yeah, you kind of.
What does the scoreboard say? The scoreboard says
It says tie ball game. So,
tie in 6.
do you play?
What if you pick?
I think you kind of try to get to know, like, nose-ish and try to
I don't
then
even know what the
force.
scoreboard says now. It's 5 rocks rolls around. I gotta do more research.
It's one of those situations
So
that
I'm
a
gonna
lot
spend
of
my nights now
it's just
researching
yeah.
5 rock rule.
It's not as something as familiar as something that we've seen. Like
If it was 4
teams
rock
getting
rule,
used
I'd
to
say
it.
just pick it. In
Yeah.
the 7, just try and blank.
But yeah, 5 rock rule. We can definitely see a lot of these ones
5 rock.
starting to come back. Kristen McDiarmid with that last rock here in end number 6. Moore and Barker working on it, trying to get it by
by
the first.
Give me a nice shot.
Will come to the nose,
Shot
will
curse.
sit 4. Puts a lot of pressure there on Kim Kelly for her last. The experienced veteran of the national and international scene, having competed at 16 Scotties tournaments of heart.
16?
Yep, 16.
16.
Bonus points if you know the first year that Kim ever went to.
Kim?
Yeah, Kim.
She's been to 16 or Colleen's been to 16?
Kim has been to 16.
Creepers, creepers. I would say like 87.
89, actually, so pretty close there.
Yeah.
I think if I know my history correctly there, yeah, Colleen has the most
they're looking
appearances
for it,
at 21.
21 Scotties.
Yeah,
think
first
you get
appearance in
bored.
1979. And of course, 2-time world champion.
I
And
poke at her a lot, but
6-time Canadian champion.
I love her.
It's a
Proud
margin
of her.
that not many have ever been able to.
The fun thing about
yeah.
it is she did go to the World Seniors, right? So it's just a full career. She don't see many of it. It just shows that
She's actually one of
loves
the
it.
she's actually one of the few that I've ever seen that has won the national title in the Scotties, in the mixed, and in the seniors.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun.
So final stone here from Kim Kelly facing 4. Trying to get the curl.
They gotta go. Sit.
It will not sit. It will be a single point steal for Team Kristen McDermott to take a 4-3 lead there after 6. And Colleen Jones will retain the last rock, playing the Red Stones. Update of the games there, and what a scoreboard on 1. 9-8 after 6. Another 3.
Oh, they got another 3 on 1.
Yes,
What a
another
game.
3. So it's a
back and forth.
9-8 game. So some people may have come to the curling ring thinking that they were seeing a curling game, but it looks like it's a football match there with the high score line.
I like it though.
And a
2 away
4-3
teams. It's good that they came down to play.
4-3 lead there for Martin Kretz, who of course was in our feature game earlier today. And that is against Team Sear from New Brunswick, and a 6-3 lead for Kevin Ouellette over Ian Fitzgerald LeBlanc. And as well in our other game, in women's action, the Team Mary McCutton Driscoll lead Team Julie McAvoy 4-2, playing in number 6. Of course, don't forget you can always come on down and watch some of the action. We're here at the Mayflower Curling Club, located just off of Yonge Street just off in Halifax. So come on down, and we'd love to see you. It's $5 a draw, and an event pass is $15. So great value to watch some championship curling. Yeah. But again, if you can't make it out, we're more than happy to bring it to you live here on cbcsports.ca, or also via the World Curling Tour YouTube channel.
Yeah, and just wanted to give a huge shout out to the sponsor, Stanhope Insurance, Alexander Keith's Brewery, Rockhead Wine and Beer Market, Curling Zone, all these great organizations that help make this event possible. Mayflower Curling Club especially. This has been fantastic all week.
And the Mayflower has always been great supporters of these events, right from junior level up to some of the top national events. They've been supporters, whether it's been provincial events or recently the Travelers Championship was held in this club too for the National Curling Club Championship.
Colleen drawing open side again. Now remember, came through against 4 last end. So, and she's going out to help the rock. It's 14-5. Good shot. McDermott chooses to ignore this time. Come around. Last end she hit it.
So we see his first stone here from, second stone here from Barker. Looking to come around. Sweeper's working on it there. Moore and Bachman.
Racking, I think. Ooh, maybe just by.
Gets
now how much
just by. How far will they go? How far will they go? Does come to rest behind the guard. So on here to the second stone from Julia Coulter.
Trying to go right on top. I would have gone, I guess if I was drawing open side, I would have just gone the other way. Julia threw a pretty light rock last end. Chips off. Or last shot, sorry. She threw a 14-7. Now Kirsten has to hit.
So yeah, definitely opening up the necessity of hitting. Question is which stone it will be. It will be the inside stone that they're going to go
Maybe
for.
hit it thin. These are just coming on.
Or is it?
Again.
First stone here from Callie Moore. Sweepers working on it there, Bachman and Barker. Gets the hit. How far will it roll?
Nice shot.
They're working on it there, and it will
Takes it
roll
towards
to the
center.
4-foot.
Colleen's going to peel. You can roll the other way. I love how she's like stumped. Like you can hit and roll the other way.
It's one of those situations that you don't see
Oh.
Colleen that often that way, where
Well,
usually she's
they're
fairly
talking
decisive.
about it. She wants to talk. Can do the double, but the double jams. You hit and roll off the yellow. Make them do it again.
So that will bring Mary Sue and Kim down to
Personally,
have a discussion.
I don't like the draw open side call. I would rather see them both ends 6 and 7. Coach Luke is talking right now. Play the corner and just go hard for it. Now you got yellow sitting shot and 2 centers.
So it's one of those positions there that you really have. They're going to have to make a play around it soon, because you really don't want to
You can
open
hit
up
and
the
roll off
possibility
their
of-
yellow. Sit 2, let's see what they do, and then come around.
And we will mention it is high stakes for both teams there, as Jones has a 2-1 record and could solidify a playoff spot with a win here. If Kristen McDermott wins, it forces a big game between her and Mary McKetton Driscoll, who's currently down by 2 on sheet number 5.
Round robin.
Yeah,
2 round robins for the women's
Yeah.
draw, I believe.
Yeah, is it 2 pools of 5,
5.
of which the top 2 will advance on to the playoff rounds, which will take
Their nose
for
out.
the women will be on Sunday
That's not
at
a
12.
bad shot. I guess it is an easier roll, but
Yeah, the women will play their semifinals on Sunday at 12 alongside the men's, and I'll have the call for the women's semifinal number 2 alongside Kaylin McLean. So that'll be fun.
that's the later on draw.
All right.
The last draw of the day.
I note that will be the women's semifinal tomorrow.
Yeah,
The big money rounds there.
big money.
Callie with the hit
Knows
gets the
this.
stick and will sit her 1.
Can you, Mom? There's a red back there. What's the jam like? Same weight, so they're playing it harder. You can hit it a little thicker. I'll go by it.
Yeah, lots of opportunity there on either way, whether it's sticking straight or getting a roll. It does look tight a bit, so we're going to need to hold the line. Kelly working on it here. Gets a hit, rolls over a bit, still sits open, but it will sit her deuce right now. So just looking at the weight here for this shot, they are looking for contact on the red stone. There of Team Jones is at the top of the 8th.
Good roll attempt by Marisu, I think, through that. I can't recall him.
So on the third stones here, Kelly Bachman. It is starting to drift out a little bit, so they're going to wait just that little second. Gets a hit, rolls over, and outside. So Jones sitting 1 at the back of the 12. So on to the stones from Colleen Jones to skip throwing third stones.
See if she can find draw weight here. No turn draw, run it tight. Yellow center in the rings. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Working hard on it here, trying to get it by. Will do so.
Where's it gonna stop? Sit. Pretty good effort. Did slide deep. But, I mean, now MacDiarmid's playing with a little bit of fire, right? Like red sitting 1 and 2. Gotta make a tight come around.
And I'll mention Luke there. Looks like we have an international viewer chiming in on our YouTube chat there, watching from Michigan. So we say hello to our American friend.
It's up in Michigan.
So Bachman here looking to come down to the stone there of Team Jones. Barker working on it. Moore joins her.
Nice shot.
Coming down nice and
sits.
will sit.
Needed to get one
Just
in there.
moves over a little bit, so it's still open for an opportunity.
Hit and flop away. Back line. You do kind of want to, unless you can stick it, you do kind of want to get your red out of there so you don't create a pocket at the back. Anna Hasselberg in the hack here.
And of course, trying to channel a little bit
She
the
loves
success
it.
of
Yeah,
Anna
why not?
Hasselberg during the
It works.
because recently, of course, Anna's been
Weights up.
a fairly
Weights
good
up.
record so far this year. I think it's 2 slams in a
lost.
row. And right pass. So opportunity here for Kristen MacDiarmid here at Skip Stones. She can place it. I would imagine there that she is placing a guard there to put some pressure on to Kim. So the big question is where to place it to just get it that it blocks that path.
Well, they might. Where did they signal? They're not coming right down on top of it, are they?
They
could.
They could for sure. Yeah, that is an opportunity there that I could see. But the big possibility there, yeah, it's there.
Deciding what weight to throw.
Yeah, just trying to be absolutely sure there, and especially this late in the game, you
Where
don't
they
want
want to
any.
go too. I mean, that's a kind of a good setup. They can just get one half buried.
first of two here from Kristen McDiarmid, the skip out of Halifax. With that weight, it appears that she would be trying to come down to the stone. Sweeper's working on it hard already early, so may just be guarding.
That doesn't have the handle it should. It picked.
Oh, yeah, it's coming now. It's coming down now. Still does cover it a little bit. It makes it a bit harder. See,
Kim doesn't mind these touch shots, though. Back line tight, roll away. Yeah.
I'll mention as Kim heads down to the hack there, the barn burner over on sheet number 1 continues as it's a multiple point, a deuce in end number 7. Scott McDonald leads Scott Webb 11-8.
Big scoring game. Double digits.
All you need now right now is a deuce for or more for Webb, and then that could make it really interesting.
Yeah, they need 3 if you're Webb. Ooh, Julia fell. Hard line.
Sweeper's working on it here. There, Radford and Coulter. Trying to get it by. Looks like it will just rub off the guard.
Good weight, though.
It will come in there and will come to rest right beside that stone on the left side of your screen. So, if you're Kelly, sorry, if you're Kristen, are you trying to really just more force a steal here, or are you trying? Because really, there's a lot of rocks in play.
At this point, yeah, you need to hope that yellow counts. You could force, but
yeah, it's difficult to, especially to force when there's multiple already in the house as it is. There, so you're probably. I could see
a force or even a deuce. If you're McDiarmid from the Jones side, it's fine. Because you have Hammer coming home.
So final stone here from Kristen McDiarmid without the last rock. Sweeper's working on it early there. Barker and Moore. It's coming down nice here. Question is where.
Yeah, might go side by side. Don't line up the double, girls. Get it in there.
So it comes to rest, frozen onto the button, sitting 1-2.
Thin. Thin and hard.
So I definitely expect you will see big weight from Kelly.
Colleen doesn't see it, but if you hit it thin and hard, the yellow comes across the top. Kim sees it though, and Kim likes it. That's good. You smell what the rock is cooking?
Yeah, I think that is definitely the call there, and it's one of the shots that
you gotta throw it hard.
For years, she's played that at third and has made them well. So
your red probably goes on to one of your reds on the side, but it's a shot for 3.
It's a big opportunity here. Final stone in end number 7.
Colleen doesn't even think it's there.
Kelly.
Hard.
But it's one of those ones there that, as long as the one in the hack is confident.
Keep it out there. Keep it out there.
Working on it here.
No, Julia. Thin.
By the first. By the second.
Oh, he couldn't do it.
And it will jam, so it will be a steal of 1 for Kristen McDiarmid to take
What do you think? Was that there?
5-3 lead going into the final end. And the last stone will go to Colleen Jones. going into the 8th end of play.
Not much movement off those rocks there. Good attempt there by Kim. Jones Rinks now down 2, coming home with, playing the 8th.
So yeah, definitely coming down to the final little bit of action. So we'll remind our viewers that we'll be back on the air after the completion of this game at 3:30 p.m. Atlantic time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific there if we have viewers on the West Coast there.
Yeah.
So we'd love to have you tuning in as we will be bringing.
What if you're in Brazil? What time do you tune in?
I think that's roughly the Eastern time zone, if I remember correctly. It's pretty similar time zone. So we will be bringing to you Colin Thomas versus Mark Dacey here on sheet number 4. So we look forward.
3 people on Dacey's team. There's only 3 on Dacey, which will make it.
So in other words, the front end may be sweeping a lot.
I'll be sweeping.
As my broadcast colleague Luke Saunders will head from the commentary booth out onto the ice for the next round. So that will be fun to watch him. You've heard his voice all game, so you'll suddenly get to see what he actually looks like.
Should be in. Shy.
Sweeper's working on it, but it will come short.
Not the way you'd want to start if you're Shelley. If you were Colleen, would you guard this? I think you'd guard that yellow.
Yeah, I do think you would too.
You're playing a corner, but I mean, it's already off center.
Because really, you're trying to manufacture multiple here, and having some multiple guards there would really.
Because if McDiarmid should just go up and peel it, I would think.
So this stone here from Julia Coulter.
Oh, baby.
It is coming down here a little bit.
Right on the Orange Theory Fitness Halifax line.
Yeah, almost right.
That's
one of those perfect positions there, almost similar to like if we were watching like the Tim Hortons Briar, where the logos are almost pretty similar to where the famous Tim Hortons coffee cups would be up on the arena ice. As we've continued with this game there, it looks like another game has gotten a little bit wild in scoreline there as a 4-point end in end number 6 and a 3 in the 7th still leaves the Mary McKetton Driscoll up 7-6
on sheet 4 right now.
Yeah, that is definitely.
Shelley's not happy. So now Colleen is electing to come around her red rock drawn. In turn, come around from Coulter.
So looking to come across the center line and
back 8 weight, Kim's calling for.
Around.
Line's okay.
Kelly and Radford working on it there. It will come in to Sid Shot Stone. They're sitting T-line. So on to second stones here, and that will be Callie Moore. Trying to play down to that. A little bit of commotion the whole way around. I think I saw a quad from a dribble or a quad or something from sheet number 3.
Mike Fleming?
I believe so.
What a beauty.
He was definitely throwing some heat.
That might be second shot yellow. Says. So now you come around the center. Center corner.
So, as we say on second stones here, Mary Sue Radford looking to play that come around. Sweeper's working on it early. Looks like it will be coming across fairly fast. Question is, where will it be? Where will it be? Does come short.
MacDiarmid might choose to ignore everything and come around her center.
Honestly, if it were me,
you can see half of that, but you could just pick it. You could do that, yeah. Come around her center. Because if you play over here, Colleen's just going to ignore it. Play her out, turn around center line, so you may as well beat her. But you want to get rid of shot rock, and you're already up 2.
Definitely trying to be fairly sure there between Moore and MacDiarmid. It's one of those interesting situations because they're probably not as familiar with each other, having not played together before. Of course, Moore sparing in for Carly Jones, one of our usual broadcast colleagues. Coming
Small
down,
bump
will bump.
That does the trick.
Looks like
Colleen
a final over there.
All that. Come around center.
Final there on sheet number 1.
Same out turn, you know the path.
So we'll bring you updates as these games start to
That's
finish
exactly what Kim said. And Colleen's thinking, oh, but those rocks. I don't even know what she would be thinking. Colleen's thinking there's a double there on the yellows. But this is smart.
So come around here from Mary Sue Radford.
No turn, come around. Seems to be curling a lot more than they're thinking. Light. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Kelly and Coulter working on it as far as they can get it. Will it be enough? It will not. It will still remain 1 to Kristen MacDiarmid. Looks like handshakes as well over on sheet number 2, so we'll keep letting you know there as games start to finish up as to what the results are. On to third stones here, Kelly Bachman looking to preserve a 5-3 lead.
Kelly Bachman of Bachman Turner Overdrive. Did you know that? It's a fact.
It's definitely been interesting over there. I've been seeing.
There's a lot of curling in this pack.
Yeah.
What's that, sorry?
I've been seeing lots of exciting stuff there from
14-3.
From Kevin Ouellette, he was fairly recently with moving up to skip there last year. They made the switch at the Tankard.
Yeah, Yes.
And it
Start
seems like that's been a pretty good result for that team.
Colleen's got a rigged tap here. Needs full 8 foot at least, though.
As you say, looking for the tap is Colleen Jones, the 21-time Nova Scotia Scotties champion.
Provincial champion.
Yes.
And not
No,
even
I said
that.
I said they're Nova Scotia.
Yeah, but not even that because she won some and then got her entry.
Oh, yeah, good
Right,
point,
she
yeah.
won 6.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the appearances at the Canadians as
Yeah.
Team Canada.
Yeah.
I always have to remember that.
Not many people have that problem. A
Yeah.
lot of curl here. That's a heavy rock. That's an 11-6. It's going to go out.
Yeah, Will
Sit.
bring it through there, so still sitting 1.
She's probably thinking to herself, I can't believe it. That's crazy. She's thinking, wow, I did that. I had one of these games last night.
Yeah, sometimes
She's
that's
laughing.
yeah.
Hysterical.
Sometimes you just have those games, and
And now,
fortunately, they
McDermott
still have
gets to
one game
pass her.
left for each of them. Actually, no, this is the last game of the round robin for Colleen Jones.
Yeah, I think if they won, they were in, but now they're going to be 2-2, so they'll have to wait and see.
2-2
Yeah, they'll
could
have to
get
wait
in.
and
It
see.
depends on the result of the McAvoy and McKetton-Driscoll match. Actually, it also depends on the results of the match between Veronica Smith and Julie McAvoy, which that one is still yet to be played. So we'll have to watch out for that.
Yeah.
Lots still left at play here at the Mayflower Curling Club. As we just have the two on the back end discussing the call. So Bachman heads down to the hack for her second of 2.
So intern tap here from Kelly.
So we have make the final on sheet number 2. That is Ed Sear, who defeats Francois Gagne 6-4 with a steal of 1 in 8. So he takes a spot in the playoffs.
A lot of weight again. Sit.
Looking for it to come down. It will come down just at the edge of the 12-foot. Still sitting third shot. Also note to our viewers, as we discussed there, the ones that have made it in as well. Scott McDonald, an 11-8 victory over Scott Webb in the B qualifier. And it'll be a 7-5 victory for Kevin
Colleen
Ouellette.
wants to hit. Because I think she's worried about her draw.
And it would be one of those ones that I would not be surprised there, seeing that Colleen has been so famous for going for the hit shot.
But I mean, she's looking at like a hit double. A run back double. on the side of the house. And you can just tap that sideways. It's a short run, but
Yeah, looking at the angle here, so. It's what I would really like. There's not much room anywhere else, so it's like you have to figure out how to play it an effective shot. Really.
you can play the tap.
Yeah, the tap is what I would see.
And they're going to play the run double.
I suppose they see the possibility that they can slash it. Get thin, and then you have a really good opportunity.
Half a rock. I'm going to roll onto their yellows. This also will open up the center, so there's going to be no turn draw there for MacDiarmid.
So on to this stone here. Final stone of this end for Colleen Jones.
It's got a curl. It's wide. Whoa, whoa. It's gotta be thin.
Gotta get
Relatively
thin here.
thin.
Will fly it by. Still sitting single is Kristen MacDiarmid. So just trying to figure out what the best result would be there. Looking to preserve this 2-point lead.
So MacDiarmid tapping their yellow on center line with her out turn.
Yeah, down to our last 2 games in play for this draw. This game and the game next door between McKetton Driscoll and McAvoy.
Quick turnaround for the ice crew here. They got till 3:30 to prep.
On to skip stones here. Kristen MacDiarmid. The skip out of Halifax playing the Yellow Stones. Looks
It's wide. They're
fairly
actually
wide,
bumping,
so
bumping
they're
a red right now. Kim's up to sweep it.
and will bump a red in for shot stone. Sitting one is Colleen Jones. So that opens up the door for some big opportunities going into these last 2 shots from Kim Kelly.
Absolutely. You got
Like now you have it open up that you can get this
O-turn draw available for you. You got a. She's actually looking at a hit and roll off on your in turn. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have the draw, you have the hit and roll, or you also have
I'll go
the
turn
angle.
draw.
Yeah,
on
but the
top
draw
of it.
for sure would be there. But they're going for that hit. And I could see that being especially good coming from that center line out, because that center line out seems to be curling a lot. Just have to be able to get it right. If you can get it right, you could really put yourself in a good position for a 2.
You're thinking the.
I like that hit and roll that they're looking at.
Yeah. It's jamming though. Yellow rolls too.
As we see here,
Why do they keep backing
Yeah.
up? I don't know why they keep backing up.
before you know it, they'll
They're
be,
gonna be
probably at the hack and
hack.
still talking about it.
Trying to figure it out here. I like the out turn, come around, and then force MacDiarmid to make a great shot against 2. Right? Instead of looking at these slashes, they're almost looking at like a run back.
As they have their discussion there, we'll just note there on sheet number 5, it appears that Julie McAvoy is sitting 1 with a shot for the win over there. So we'll keep you updated on that. As you see Jones, Radford, and Kelly having a discussion there. Longtime teammates in the senior women's division. If I remember correctly, world senior champions together.
World Senior champs. 3 of the 4 on the ice. So they're going to come off the yellow. But if let's say if it hits it thick, I think you're just leaving an easier double. Right?
Yeah, that would definitely be for sure. Yeah.
Because with this broom, you're not throwing much weight. Just coming at it with the, it's really got to
A little
curl
bit delicate weight, but there it is.
See, it's
needing a lot of
more.
curl.
They're more playing like a chip, and it's on their yellow.
So now down to the final 2 stones of this match. Kristen MacDiarmid up 5-3 without last rock.
How much can you see of her yellow?
Uh,
If you can see enough, you can just play the double off her yellow.
I think you can see most of it there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see there? You can just hit that thin.
Yeah, pretty much
Come
all
off
of it.
of it.
Yeah.
In turn, you just saw Kim's run there. But now they're gonna. I mean, taps are tough. Taps are tough.
Yep, they are.
I mean, even if you hit that yellow thick, you're still forcing an extra.
So definitely an opportunity here.
In turn tap.
Final stone here for Kristen MacDiarmid without the last rock, going for, as you say, the tap.
I think it's on the wide side yellow.
Yeah, I think that's probably the call based on the position there.
See what we get for a time.
Looks like based on, I see the game is over there. It appears to be Julie
Slow weight.
McAvoy with the win.
Waits up, they say. It's got to come down onto it. Waits up. Yeah. Tapping on an angle. Onto their own. Balls off. Kim's gonna have a draw for 2.
Yeah, looks like, yeah, will be a draw for 2. And that would send us off to extra ends. At the rate
they're
they
electing to play the double.
Yeah, there is the double, and that could be 3 in the win if they hit it right.
No, it's jamming.
But it's risky.
They're not getting 3.
You would have to almost like, you'd almost have to play the hit on the close stone right around where the broom is, but almost at the same time side swiping the other stone,
Yeah.
which that is extremely difficult.
Yeah, it goes under your red.
But big opportunity either way.
I guess they're gonna go thin. No, they're going to go O-turn nose.
Final stone
Okay, good.
in
O-turn
and
nose is
number
fine.
8 for Kim
With a lot
Kelly,
of weight.
looking for at least her deuce.
Nice shot.
Gets the hit, sticks right there. 2
Cool.
points, and we are now headed to extra ends here on a Saturday afternoon at the Mayflower. Team
They're
Kristen
playing an extra.
McDiarmid will have the last rock in the extra end, playing the Yellowstones.
Now, I might have to step out,
Hey,
John,
yeah, if
because
you
I got to play at 3:30.
yeah, you kind of have to be
but-
ready there. So
yeah,
if
but it's
you're
been an
if
absolute
you need
pleasure.
to head off there, it's been a pleasure having you on the broadcast.
The broadcast, so John, obviously thank you for your time. I know you're volunteering, but I appreciate that. And then the broadcast booth is Sean.
Yeah, Sean and Chuck.
Sean and Chuck, just want to give a huge shout out to them. They've been here making sure the live stream goes well to CBC Sports, and just wanted to thank again the Mayflower Curling Club, Brent McDougall, for being a great volunteer putting this event on. Alexander Keith, Stanhope, Simpsons Insurance, Rockhead Brewery, anybody who made this event possible. All the volunteers, they're working right now on the ice now. Just thank you guys and enjoy this last end of play. Thanks for having me.
Alrighty, thanks for coming, and good luck in your game up next against Colin Thomas. We'll look forward to bringing that to you. But now we are on to extra ends here on this Saturday afternoon between Kristen McDiarmid and Colleen Jones. Going into this round, Colleen Jones sat with a 2-1 record with wins over Julie McAvoy and Mary McKetton Driscoll. Kristen McDiarmid having played just 2 games and lost to McAvoy and a win over Veronica Smith. A win here for McDiarmid would really make the final rounds interesting, especially. A win for Colleen Jones would solidify a spot in the playoff rounds. As we see this first stone here out of the extra end from Julia Coulter. Comes up just off the center line. And now you'll see Shelly Barker from Team McDiarmid coming around here. We hope all of you viewers are enjoying all the broadcasts here from the Mayflower, and we'll look forward to bringing you some more great curling throughout the weekend, leading right through to Sunday's men's final, which will be our final streamed game of the weekend. Lots of great action, and if you want to come down, there's lots of seats available to come and watch. As we see the stone there from Kristen McDiarmid sitting at the top of the 8, just biting the 4. Julia Coulter here with her second. Looks like a pretty good result for a guard on this one. Will come to rest right on the center line, just over the hog line. So now we'll see the second stone here from Barker. Looking to play around again, really put the pressure on early. She has a really well-placed stone already, sitting shot. And as it comes around to the back of the back of the button almost. Okay, sits just actually just above T line, but it will sit 2. Really good opportunity for Kristen McDermott's team to put the pressure on. But now you'll probably see a tap coming from Colleen Jones' second, Mary Sue Radford. Looking to come down onto that stone at the button. Sweeper's working on it here, trying to get it by it and down onto it. It will get onto it, but it will just tap it back a little bit. Still sitting shot stone is Kristen McDermott's, but stone Barker's. Kristen lining up peel attempt already. Trying to remove the 2 guards of Colleen Jones. As we see Callie Moore, the skip of Team Nova Scotia for the 2019 Canada Winter Games, with the peel, going for it. Will get one, will jam, but will remove the yellow and will sit her 2. A little bit of a plan B result, but still great shot from Moore. So now we'll see with this second stone here from Radford, looking to come down to it, put the pressure on. Appears it, from what I can see, that it would probably be a freeze down to that stone at the button. Oh, correction, it would be a hit on the stone over there. Down weight. So that will come to rest just outside the house. So that really came down fast. So we'll now see this second stone in the extra end from Moore. Trying to line up the peel once again. Right out of the hack, there is Moore going for the double peel. Weight looks good on that. Will get at least one there. Will move the other around a bit. So now it will be very important for Colleen to put some pressure on. Maybe now would be the point to consider playing into that stone there at the back of the button. Just trying to figure out there offhand just whether to go for the hit, or if they are hitting, where will the stone go? As we see the skip, Colleen Jones playing the third stone for her team. Sliding down to the hack. The 21-time appearances at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. One of the greatest to ever play the game in Nova Scotia, in my personal view. The intense focus of the former champion, and many times Canadian and world champion. There, gets the hit. Where will it go? It will get the roll. It will roll over, and it will sit shot stone. So sitting shot stone, Colleen Jones looking to steal away a victory and book her ticket into the playoffs. So playing with weight is Kelly Bachman, trying to get the pick. Will just miss it there. So produces an opportunity there for Colleen Jones on this stone to play the guard. Really put some pressure on. Thank you for watching, Vicky. Tuning in from Oshawa, Ontario. We seem to have viewers from across Canada, so thank you very much. And also to our viewers around the world. We've already had a few international call-ins too, so thank you for your support, and thank you for watching this great event, the Dave Jones Mayflower Cashspiel, presented by Stanhope Simpson Insurance and Alexander Keiths. Weight looks good here from Colleen Jones, looking for the guard. Just hoping for it to stop now so that there's not even a piece. There, it will sit down there just over the center line. Shot stone belongs to Colleen Jones. So big moment in this extra end here for Kelly Bachman on this, her second and final stone of this match. Peel weight going for contact, hopefully the double. Gets a nudge, moves it over, still sitting shot stone, is the red belonging to Colleen Jones. So definitely going to want to place a guard up again. Try to protect that stone and protect the steal of a win. So we'll see our one of our final looks during this match of Kim Kelly, the fourth for Team Jones. Looks like, just to be absolutely sure they're going to have a discussion about this shot. Going to be a challenge either way here. You're going to want to protect as many angles as you can, but again, as many of our viewers know, you can only protect so much and leaves something else for your opposition. The question is, what does she feel? would be the best shot to leave Kristen McDermott. As you see, great shot view down there. Colleen Jones waiting in the house, holding the broom for her fourth. Stone thrower, Kim Kelly, looking to steal away a victory from Kristen McDermott and book her ticket into the playoffs. A win from her advances her into the playoffs. A loss would make it even more difficult for Jones to make it, and would make it really interesting between McKetton Driscoll and Team McDermott. It looks like it's going to be a run on the yellow. Looking to get contact on Stone at the back of the button. First stone of this end here from Kristen McDermott. She readies for the throw. Looking for the run. Sweeper's working on this all the way. Okay, they will remove the guard. Will as well open it up. Sitting shot Stone once again, as we mentioned, is Colleen Jones at the back of the 4-foot. So final stone here from Kelly. With that last rock, looking to preserve a steal of a victory in this match. And that's suddenly starting to come down early. And that just came down fast, so that will give the opportunity for the nose hit for the, actually the hit of any form. For you hit and you stay in the house, you win the match and extend your record to 2-1 and continue on the road toward the playoffs. Big shot here for McDermott, who trailed early in this match 3-1 before steals in 5, 6, and 7. We hope you viewers have enjoyed this match right down to the last rock once again in this great action. And we look forward to bringing a bunch more to you throughout the weekend. Final stone, Kristen McDermott playing the yellow, looking for the hit. Sweeper's just dusting it off. Gets the hit, gets the stick, and that will be handshakes, and the match final score make the final 6-5 for Kristen McDermott over Colleen Jones. A great match between the two, and really put on a good show for you, the fans. Hey, so on behalf of the crew behind the scenes, producers Sean Senichel and Chuck Calder, and my broadcast colleague Luke Saunders. I'm John Seidman on behalf of our crew. We say so long from the Mayflower Curling Club. We'll see you back in just about 15 minutes for Team Thomas versus Team Dacey. First of two here from Kristen MacDiarmid, the skip out of Halifax. With that weight, it appears that she would be trying to come